Greetings to all of our friends in Ireland. We are speaking to you today because Kurdistan is once again under attack. We call on all sectors of Irish society to stand with the people of Kurdistan against the attacks of the fascist Turkish state. With the eyes of the world fixed on the war in Ukraine, on April 17th, Erdogan launched a massive attack against the guerrillas of the PKK in the mountains of Southern Kurdistan, northern Iraq. Under the title of Operation Clawlock, the Turkish Armed Forces, one of the largest militaries in the world and the second largest military in NATO, have bombarded the defence forces of the Kurdish freedom movement with artillery, airstrikes, ground attacks and even illegal chemical weapons. The silence of the international media has been deafening. For many years, the Turkish state has been expanding its occupation of northern Iraq under the pretext of operations against the PKK. To date, they have built dozens of military bases across northern Iraq and carry out indiscriminate drone attacks with impunity. Now they have once again turned their attention to Rojava. In recent weeks, Turkish President Erdogan has announced plans for a new invasion of north and east Syria. After invading and occupying Afrin in 2018 and the region of Serikanya and Giresun in 2019, the Turkish state now plans to seize and occupy a 30-kilometre deep zone along the Syrian-Turkish border. Their claim is that they will create a safe zone free of terrorists, using their proxy forces in the Syrian National Army, a criminal coalition made up mainly of Al-Qaeda and ISIS fighters. Their plan is to drive out the local population and replace them with hundreds of thousands of refugees from other parts of Syria. This plan amounts to ethnic cleansing, which they've done before in Afrin and Serikanya. This attempt to use refugees, those who have fled from one of the bloodiest conflicts of the 21st century, as pawns in their ethnic cleansing campaign is beyond cynical. Their aim is to sow divisions between people of this region and use divide and conquer tactics. We absolutely reject this. Our friends are Arabs, Turkmens, Kurds, Assyrians, Circassians, Armenians, all the peoples of this region. The democratic institutions of north and east Syria are the means by which people of all ethnicities and religions can live together in harmony and solidarity, as has been the situation in this region in years past. The YPG, YPJ and the SDF, those who the Turkish state calls terrorists, have given over 11,000 lives in the fight against the fascist regime of the Islamic State, liberating the last of its territory in 2018. The Turkish state throughout the war in Syria has funded, directed and armed the jihadist groups which have butchered their way across this land. As we have seen from the massive attack in Hesyka earlier this year, ISIS is anything but finished. The fingerprints of the Turkish state are all over this attempt to revitalise ISIS and destabilise the region. The Irish people know what it means to be invaded, occupied and subjugated by a powerful neighbour. Like the Kurdish people, we've had our language forbidden, our autonomy denied, our rights and freedoms taken from us, and our land pillaged and exploited by a foreign ruling class. The solidarity shown by the Irish people towards the cause of Palestinian freedom stands as a shining example of internationalism. In this spirit, we call on all anti-fascists, socialists, environmentalists, feminists, republicans and anarchists, all of those who believe in the values of human freedom and solidarity, to stand with the people of Rojava, to let them know that they're not alone in their resistance against fascism and capitalist modernity. The world powers in this region, Russia and NATO, have shown time and again that they are willing to stand by and allow the Turkish state's atrocities to continue. We call on you to raise your voices against the crimes of the Turkish state, to speak out, to take action at whatever level you can, to show that despite the inaction of our politicians, the world will not stand by and allow these atrocities to continue. Revolutionary greetings to all of our friends in Ireland. Biji Rojava, Biji Kurdistan.